Right, good morning and welcome to Best Deals Utah. Today we are in the studio here in Salt Lake City, Utah with Paul and Stacey from Utah Virtual Academy, and we're really excited to have them here today. They're going to share a little bit about what UTVA is, and if you have questions about what UTVA is, you're going to learn a lot about that right here. So welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Stacey, you're the head of UTVA, I understand.
I am.
Okay.
School.
Tell me a little bit about what is UTVA?
Absolutely. UTVA is a public charter school. We're statewide, so we're available to all students all over the state of Utah, kindergarten through 12th grade. We are a public charter school, which means we are free of charge. We don't have tuition, just like any other public school. And we offer kindergarten through 12th grade education to students all over the state. We have highly qualified teachers who live all over the state also, who teach classes and mentor and help support the students, along with their learning coach at home, who does the day-to-day work with the students.
Nice. And you know, I have to say that I actually can speak from experience. I have a student in Utah Virtual Academy, and we've loved it. We've been part of Utah Virtual for 3 years, going on 4 now. So when we first were introduced to Utah Virtual Academy, I learned about it through Paul. So that leads me to talking to Paul. Paul, I see at all of the student events and all of the school events. What exactly is your title, Paul, and what is it that you do here with Utah Virtual and K12?
And thank you, first of all, for having us. It's wonderful to visit with you this morning. Again, my name is Paul Glanton. I'm the K12 local development manager for the state of Utah, and that's a very long title, but basically I'm the marketing manager, and I work directly with our staff to coordinate and facilitate marketing events throughout the state. And it's especially fun in the summer. We have a lot of events around the state. School's out, so I get to meet a lot of our enrolled families and parents like yourself. And more importantly, we get to meet families that are looking at us as an educational option. But in a nutshell, that's my role, and this is the best time of the year for marketing events.
Yes, and you have a lot of events going on right now because school is just around the corner. It's coming up in August here, really, really soon. Summer goes so fast these days. But I know you're going to you still are enrolling kids for Utah Virtual.
Yes, we are.
Now, just so that the parents at home or people that are watching the program want to understand a little bit about Utah Virtual Academy and K12, a lot of people like to refer to it as homeschool, but it's not the homeschool that you would think in your people have misconceptions about what homeschool is, and this is so different, and this is something that I think if you learned a little bit more about it, you would absolutely love it. The options are endless, and it gives your student the ability to grow and learn at their pace, not somebody else's pace. So with that, what are some of the common misconceptions that you have found with talking with parents and teaching parents about K12 and Utah Virtual Academy?
So I would say one of the most common misconceptions about virtual education, online education, is that it's the easy way out. And I will say Utah Virtual Academy uses the K12 curriculum, and it is a very high quality, rigorous college preparatory curriculum. And it is challenging, which is why we have fantastic, highly qualified teachers throughout the state that work with the students to help them learn. We don't just put them in front of a computer all day and say, learn. It's very important that they get support at home from their learning coach, who's usually their parent, and also a whole staff of teachers that work with them. They also, one thing people think about online education is just that you just sit in front of the computer all day.
Right.
And your eyes go buggy. And, that's what online education is, and that's not true.
Yes.
Virtual education has a lot of different parts to it. There is definitely an online component. The curriculum is delivered online, but there's also a lot of offline work.
Yes.
Especially in the lower grades, students are sent boxes and boxes of books and materials,
Yes.
workbooks, textbooks, reading books. They also get art supplies and science lab supplies, so they can do their own science experiments at home.
Yeah.
Music CDs and recorders for playing their musical instruments, and lots of different materials to help supplement the students' learning, and makes it just really fun for the student to be able to actually experience what they're learning and not just be stuck in front of a computer. Another thing is we do have teachers, and a lot of people want to know, what do virtual teachers do all day? Well, having been a teacher at Utah Virtual Academy and also in brick and mortar schools, I'll tell you, I love teaching virtually because contrary to what you would normally think, as a virtual teacher, I get to know my students very well, and I get to know them individually. The contact is usually one-on-one. We reach out to our students on the phone. We have our own internal secure email called Kmail, where students are constantly communicating with their teachers. We have conferences with the parents many times throughout the school year and with the students. And we really get to know the students' individual needs and abilities, and can really customize their educational experience to where they are and what they need to learn. And so as a teacher, we really get to know the individual student one-on-one. We also do teach. And we do have virtual tools where we teach lessons every day that students can attend and learn just like you would in a brick and mortar school, but it's in their home. We also record all of our lessons, so if that time isn't convenient, if we have lots of students that are highly trained athletes or musicians or have medical needs and have doctor's appointments throughout the day, and they may not be able to attend class when it's planned, and so we record all classes, and they can participate by viewing those courses later, those online virtual classes later in the day. Or if you need some additional support and you attended the class and you thought you got it and then tried to do the assignment and can't figure it out, you can just go back to the recording and watch it again, or you can pick up the phone and contact your teacher one-on-one because they're waiting to hear from you and give you the support that you need.
And I have to agree. I think one of the most exciting days at our house is when all the boxes show up.
Absolutely.
I don't care who you are or what you say, but when you get boxes and boxes of all these brand new, beautiful supplies, and it's not just, I mean, we're talking about nice things, which that was one of my biggest surprises when we got our curriculum the very first time. Is number one is how many different things you get and how nice quality the books are. They're nice, normal textbooks and normal reading books and art supplies like you can't believe.
Right to your home.
Right to your house. Yeah, it's all right there for you.
use.
It's easy. It's wonderful.
One of the things I want to just comment on, Stacey had mentioned the supplies. This is the time of the year. Here we are in midsummer when K12 has actually began shipping out supplies to homes. And so families receive that material before school starts, and it really does reinforce what Stacey had mentioned, that this is a school and it's about education and the students' commitment to that. So I especially love the timing of families enrolling and then being able to receive materials hopefully before school starts. And it is a lot of fun. It's sort of like having the holidays in the summer.
It is.
And so many families have experienced what you just said, to receive textbooks and supplies and curriculum at a time of year where it's typically the furthest thing for their mind. So it's really reinforcing the whole concept.
And let me just add too, we do offer this, Utah Virtual Academy has selected the K12 curriculum to offer high quality, rigorous. Also the materials and everything that comes is very exciting. I just wanted to remind you that we are a public school. And so these materials come as part of your public schooling. There's
Yes.
not additional charges or fees
Right.
for this.
Right.
This is part of the taxpayer money
Yes.
that is given to schools
Yeah.
for education.
Yes.
So there's no extra cost for these
Which is
supplies.
what's really exciting, because you don't realize that that's the case until you actually get involved with the school and ask questions and go to your orientations
Yep.
and learn about it. And it's pretty neat.
Right, we're
Pretty
asked all the
exciting.
time, how much does it cost? And then when they see all, a neighbor or a friend has shown them, look at all these wonderful
Yes.
books and supplies that we get. I said, how much did that cost?
Yeah, because you would think
it's part
it
of
would be
their-
pretty,
It's part of their public education.
which is nice. And if you're thinking about K-12 or you're thinking about online schooling, Utah Virtual is definitely the way to go, because you've been always very, very helpful for me being a parent and having a student in UTVA. It's been so painless. You can't understand until you call or you go visit or you have an orientation or you go to one of the outings and learn how easy it actually is to get involved and how easily you can actually sign up, enroll, get all your paper. It's really painless, and a lot of people are scared about that. I think because they think, oh, I have to prepare so many lessons, I have to do so many things, I don't know who to call, who to talk to. Talk to the parents that have students in the school already, and that's a big thing. If you learn how their students are handling it, or if they like it, or if the parents like it, that's a big part too. How much information you can get from just the parents at the outings too, which is kind of fun, because there's a lot of outings, which people don't realize that either. You have a lot of outings every year. Yes.
Know each other. And I'll say one of my favorite things is to talk to the families that go to our school and find out. They each have their individual reasons for seeking out our school. We're a charter school, a school of choice.
Yes.
And so usually families have sought us out because their student has a particular need. And we find that our students have a wide range of needs. We have students who are accelerated, gifted, and talented, and the public school just doesn't move fast enough for them.
Right.
And they're just anxious to consume this knowledge and want to learn as quickly as they can.
Right.
And we have student athletes and musicians that have training schedules that they need that flexibility to be able to do school in the evenings or on certain days and not on certain days. And we also have students who may need extra time for learning, and a regular classroom setting goes too quickly for them.
Yes.
And they're left confused and upset because they haven't had a chance to learn when the rest of the class has moved on.
Yeah.
And so in our setting, they can take the time that they need.
Yeah.
And there's no, peer pressure around them of why aren't you done yet?
Yes.
Why aren't you learning as quick as some of the other students are? They don't have to feel that that pressure. They can learn and practice what they're learning at their own pace until they've mastered it. And take the time that they need.
Yeah.
And get this extra support from a teacher. Without, again, the peers in the class wondering, why aren't they learning as quickly as some of the other students?
Right.
They individually get that support from the teacher and are helped with a learning plan just for them.
Yes.
And so, we have lots of students who may learn one subject, maybe, English, they love to read, and, they read all the time and they plow through that really quickly and just want to move on and learn more and go more deep into that learning. And at the same time, the same student may have a real struggle with math.
Yeah.
And may need to take, 2 hours instead of 1 hour to get their math assignment done and make sure they really understood it and master it so they can move on to the next concept.
Right.
And in our environment, they can take that time. If they're quick in something, they can master their assignment and move on. If they need to take more time, they can take as much time as they need with the support of a teacher to help them learn and master the concepts that we're teaching.
That's neat. And one thing that we touched on briefly is the teachers, but I want people to know a little bit more about the teachers that we have at UTVA. How do you come across these teachers, or what's your process of deciding who can be a teacher with Utah Virtual Academy?
Right. I feel like we have the best teachers in the whole state.
I have to agree.
We are a charter school. Again, I keep saying because some don't understand that.
Right.
So we make sure our teachers are all highly qualified in the subjects that they teach. That's very important to us.
Yes.
And that our families have the comfort of knowing this is a teacher that is well trained in these areas. And so first, all our teachers are highly qualified. Next, I feel like we have the best teachers in the state because we have the whole state to choose from.
Yes.
We are not limited by geography.
Right.
If a teacher's willing to commute that distance to get to the brick and mortar school.
Right.
We have teachers from Logan to St. George. And so we really we're open to select from the best teachers in the state.
The whole state.
And we're really proud of our teachers. They're highly trained and very capable, and we have very high standards for our teachers, and they're very committed to student learning. And that's the most important for me when we hire teachers, is that the most important thing to them is the student's ability to learn and to have success academically.
Yeah.
And that student focus is so important for our teachers because they're out there every day building these relationships, helping these students who are at home, learning at their own pace, but to make sure they care about the students enough so that the students know there's someone who is out there, cheering for them and supporting them and giving them what they need and knowing what the students need. So it's also, besides being highly qualified and well-trained, it's really important that we have teachers that are so passionate and dedicated to student learning and to make, they believe that every student can learn. And that it's our job to figure out the best way to help them learn.
I just want to mention too, one of the exciting times at our school outings, and this is true in the summer at marketing events and at school outings during the year, is when teachers and parents and students actually get to interface and meet each other, and the students are very excited, and we're excited as well. We also, our teachers, in addition to their teaching duties, they support our marketing events, and so I get to meet and interact with our teachers all the time, and one of the things they share with me is they get to do what they're trained to do. They love teaching students, and Utah Virtual Academy provides that opportunity without a lot of other things cluttering and getting in the way. And so this is a very unique opportunity, not just for students and parents, but for teachers.
Yes. I love the teachers that Blade's been involved with. When we first started, I thought, oh, we got so lucky, we got the best teacher. And then the next year came and we got a new teacher, and she was just as great. She was awesome. And then we got another new teacher, and I'm like, oh, one of these days I'm going to hit one that I'm not going to go with. I know it. And then it never happens. I'm so happy because he's been happy with every teacher he's ever had, and it's so much fun that you do have that person on the other side that, especially for me as the learning coach, I can go to them and say, hey, I'm having a little trouble here. What do you suggest? Or how can we get through this together? And maybe with her talking to him, it makes a little bit more, this is your teacher here talking. You need to listen to me. But we've never had a problem with any of our teachers, and we've loved them all.
Well, and I'll say one thing that I love about Utah Virtual Academy is that it is a true partnership.
It is.
With the school, with the student, and with the parent. And we value the parent's input and participation. It is a vital part of the students' learning. And so when I say we get to know the students, we also get to know the parents very well. And have a really good relationship, and invite the parents, please contact us. Please let us know what your student needs. And if they have a math problem you can't figure out, give us a call. We're here to we'll pull you into a virtual classroom. We'll help you solve it. But it's important to us to have that relationship with the parents, because the parents, as I said, are learning coaches. They're there day to day with the student. They know the student better than, as much as we try, they know the student better than we ever could. And so having that input and that relationship with the parent is vital to our school.
And it's great that it's that interactive. It's great that that we as parents feel valued in that way, that our input is being heard.
Yes.
Our suggestions are being listened to, you
Yes.
know, and it's a nice feeling to think that you do have some say in what's going on in your children's education. And that's one thing that is great about Utah Virtual Academy. So,
You know, in marketing, we meet parents all the time
Yeah.
before they enroll, and one of the things that they typically highlight is they want to be more hands-on
Yes.
and more involved in their child's education, and that's exactly what we provide.
yeah.
So I want to put a shout out for all those parents that want to be hands-on and more
Yeah.
involved in their child's education and more involved with our staff and our teachers, our administrative team as a school, because as Stacey mentioned, it's a partnership, it's a collective challenge for all of us. But it's a lot of fun to meet those parents and see how eager they are to be involved,
Yeah.
hands-on, and that's exactly the type of opportunity we provide.
That's exciting, and it's so fun to talk to you guys, because I talk to you all the time, you know, and I see you at the events. But I'm so eager to share this with everybody, because I think a lot of the problem is that people just don't know that this is an opportunity and an option for you to have, and especially here in Utah, where it is so family oriented and there's so many children here. You know, you want to have that option. And the nice thing about Utah Virtual that I learned today is with the enrollment for the high schoolers. I understand that's something that's, I guess, fairly new to me, but I don't have a high schooler yet, so I'm getting there. But explain to us what the new changes are with the high school kids and the enrollment.
So we do, in addition to our full-time enrollment school, we also have part-time enrollment. And this was begun 2 years ago. The state legislature allowed partial enrollment to approved online schools, and we are one of those approved online schools. So if a student in a brick and mortar school wants to take up to 3 credits, now they can take 3 of those classes from an online school, and they're replacement classes, so they take the place of the classes offered in their brick and mortar school. But that way they don't have to choose, do I want to be fully enrolled in online and do school every day, all day from home, or do I want to be in brick and mortar? They really can do both, and it's really a great step forward to giving the students the education that they need.
Yeah.
We see a lot of students in our part-time school who love their brick and mortar school.
Yeah.
And but there may be a course or two that they don't offer.
Yeah.
And it's really important to them to take that Chinese class, or to take an AP course that maybe their school doesn't offer, but ours can. And so they'll take that class time and enroll in our online school. And we work together with the brick and mortar school to make sure the credits are transferred and everything is in line for their graduation. So we've now formed partnerships with the other schools in the state of Utah to be able to provide the best education possible for each individual student, whether it's online, whether it's brick and mortar, and now a combination of both.
Oh, wow. See, that's exciting, I think, for students. And again, that's for the high school students, so grades 9 through 12.
Yes.
If you have friends that are involved in Utah Virtual Academy or K12, but you don't want to take that step where you're all in Utah Virtual, but you still like your brick and mortar school, you can do both. That's so great. You have the freedom, so that just proves to you that the education is what matters.
Yes.
Because you're focusing on the education. So I think that's really exciting. I thought that was really neat to learn that. So, and then also now we are coming close to the beginning of the school year.
Yes.
And so we're here with enrollment issues. Are we still enrolling with Utah Virtual Academy for this upcoming year?
Yes, we are. We still do have some seats available. First day of school is August 23rd.
Okay.
But we are in our fully enrolled school, we do have a cap. And so once we reach that cap, we do have to start a waiting list.
Okay.
But currently we do still have some spaces left.
Nice.
And you can go to our website and just fill out an online form, and someone from our school will contact you and help walk you through the enrollment process it's very quick and easy.
Yeah.
And it just, all the fun paperwork of enrolling.
Yeah.
But,
It's not bad, though.
No, it's not bad at all. It's pretty quick and easy in the online form, and like I said, we have people that will help walk you through it. But we do have some spaces still available. We do reach our cap every year, and start a waiting list. So if this is of interest to anyone, I'd encourage you to get online right now.
Get online right now and check it out.
And look at our website, and feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. We can talk to you about the individual needs of your student and how we can help accommodate for their needs. And we just look forward to being able to help and serve every student in the state of Utah who have specific needs, how we can help meet them and really individualize their education for what they need.
Perfect. So if you have you have questions, or you want to find out more about Utah Virtual Academy and the K-12 curriculum, you can go to www.k12.com/UTVA. There's contact information on there as well. If you want to give them a call, you'd rather talk to someone, you can call at 866-788-0364, and that's toll free, so there's no charge there. But you can go on there, start the enrollment process, talk to whoever you need to talk to, but get involved, get started, and come join the school. It's so much fun, and I think that you guys do a wonderful job, and I love what I've been able to be a part of, and the improvement I've seen in our own life. So thank you so much for being here today on Best Deals Utah, and we're so happy to have talked with you and learned more about Utah Virtual Academy. I think the goal for me is just to tell everyone that this is here and this is fun. I mean, it can make school really fun again. So, definitely check it out. And thanks again to you guys for being here, and hope you have a wonderful school year this year.
We will. We're excited.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And this is Mrs. Eves, and she's my new 4th grade teacher. How long have you been doing K-12?
This is my 4th year with Utah Virtual Academy in K-12.
Do you have any other students?
I have a lot of students.
Guess how many?
In my 4 years that I've been here, I've probably worked with over 200 students.
That's good.
And K-12 has the best students. Let's just face it, we just do.
Okay, that's good. So, nice meeting you today.
Nice to meet you too. I'm so excited to be your teacher.
Yep. Glad to be your student.
Yeah.
So here's Mrs. Eve. So see you later.
Hey, my name is Paul Glanton. I'm the K-12 Local Development Manager for Utah Virtual Academy, and I'm thrilled to showcase our Back to School event today here in Salt Lake City. This is an annual event where we attract between 700 and 800 of our family members, and we're today in Liberty Park at Rice Pavilion, and it's been a great turnout. If you're interested in the Utah Virtual Academy, you can still submit an application. Just go to k12.com/UTVA. So again, thank you for joining us, and have a great day.